Hi everyone, thanks for joining Let's Talk with Shayna. I'm Shayna, and today we are going to be talking about summer hair and how to prepare for the summer. Now, we do know that the summer is still quite a few months away, but the weather is starting to warm up a little bit, and if you are in the southern states, you're going to be already getting some of that warm weather that my envious heart goes out to, as I am further up north. But first and foremost, let me tell you about our amazing 10% off discount code. So this discount code will give you 10% off everything in your order, and it is all capital letters, no spaces, Shay, just like my name, and that'll give you 10% off everything in your order. Just make sure to put it in the discount code box at your checkout. So let's get started. First and foremost, why do we even need to protect our hair from the sun? Well, extended hours within the sun can cause increased hair fall, hair thinning, dandruff, irritation, and sunburn on your scalp. A lot of people think that they can't get sunburnt because they have all this hair up there, but I am notorious for getting a sunburn right in my part, and it is super, super common to get a burn on your scalp, just because it's a super, super sensitive part of our skin. But now that I've kind of told you why we need to protect it from the sun, what are some ways that we can actually do that? So first and foremost, avoid being out in the sun for too long, or if you are, wear some kind of hat or a scarf or something like that just to protect your scalp that little bit more, specifically your parts. If you want, you can put sunscreen on your part. It will make your hair look a little bit more greasy depending on what kind of sunscreen you are using, but all in all, I typically go for the hat or the scarf myself. But totally up to preference. Just make sure you are protecting your parts and your scalp from the sun if you are going to be out in the sun for a long period of time. Now, it is always great to start your summer with a fresh haircut just because the heat is inevitably going to cause like breakage, split ends, things like that. So it's always good to kind of start fresh at the beginning of your summer and then schedule trims throughout. You just might find that you need to cut your hair or trim your hair more often because of those split ends during the summer than you would during like fall or spring. Next, you want to be paying attention to your shampoo and conditioner. During the summer, of course, we sweat more, so we think we need to wash our hair more, but that can do damage to our hair, washing every single day. So what I recommend is to just do some lukewarm water rinses on your off days. That should be enough just to kind of wash away the sweat that you may have accumulated over the day before, but then you can still be washing your hair every other day and conditioning every other day. And then when you are shampooing, try and really focus on your scalp rather than your overall hair, just because shampooing the length of your hair can dry it out a little bit, and the sun is already doing that for us. So just really try and make sure you're focusing on the scalp, also to work up that sweat that you may be getting from the warmer temperatures. Next is one, if you aren't already doing this, add a conditioner to your hair care treatment. We know a lot of people with shorter hair don't tend to condition, or people with oily hair don't tend to condition, but it's super important. If you do have really oily hair, only do like this bottom section of your hair, or if you do have shorter hair and you don't have the bottom section like this long, just do a quick condition. It's enough just to kind of get some nutrients back into your hair after you've washed it all out with your shampoo. It's just super, super great to make sure that the sun and the extreme heats aren't going to be breaking your hair or anything like that just by having that moisture treatment every single time that you're washing your hair. Next is avoid heat treatments. So like blow drying, curling, straightening, those types of things, because the sun is already giving us some heat already. So we don't need to be adding more onto it. If you are needing to, I would recommend to stick with only blow drying and keeping a distance and making sure that you are using the cold shot at the end of your drying session, just to kind of lay everything back down and calm everything back down again at the end with that cold shot. Next, we have hair oils. So hair oils can act as a protective barrier from your hair and the elements. This also is great during the winter as well when it's really cold and can make your hair brittle. The one that I always go to for specifically that protective barrier is the black seed hair oil. And that'll just kind of protect your hair from the elements of the world, whether it be extreme heat or extreme cold weathers. Next, we have cold showers. So similar as that cold blast at the end of your blow drying session, a cold shower is going to help like lay your hair cuticles back down. If you cannot stand cold showers like myself, you can do a lukewarm shower, which are super, super nice during the summer just to kind of cool off your entire body. But finish it off with that unpleasant shot of cold water at the end just to lay all of your hair cuticles back down and back flat. Next, we have brush your hair with a wide tooth comb or our detangler brush. This will help just kind of not be pulling or breaking your hair as it's already kind of in this fragile state from the extreme heat of the summer. Next, we have hair masks. Now, we do know that right now our hair masks are out of stock, so what you can do in lieu of a hair mask is an overnight hair oil treatment. So for that, you would just take one of our hair oils and put it through the length of your hair, and if you want, you can even massage it into your scalp and then leave it in overnight. I typically recommend to wrap it in a silk scarf of some sorts so that you're not getting oil all over your bed. Silk won't irritate the hair, or you can also use satin. That also will not irritate your hair. So just use whatever you can. If not, you can also use a cotton t-shirt if you don't have access to a silk or satin scarf. A cotton t-shirt also will work just to prevent oil from getting all over your bed. And last but not least, care for your color. So colored hair can be super, super vulnerable during the summer seasons. And if you are spending a lot of time out in the sun, it can actually lighten your coloring. So with that, you are wanting to make sure that you are avoiding excessive amounts of sun, as well, just taking care of your hair coloring, just staying on top of it, and really just listening to your hair if your hair is color treated. In general, it is always great to listen to your hair. It tends to tell you what it needs. If it's super, super frizzy or breaking or falling a lot of the time, it just needs that extra moisture. But that is all from me today. If you do have any questions or anything like that, feel free to leave them in the chat below. And as well, don't forget about our amazing 10% off discount code. That'll give you 10% off everything in your order. And again, that is all capital letters, no spaces, Shay, just like my name. Thanks again. Until next time. Bye-bye.